Mac, how are you?
I'm doing good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, that's terrific stuff. That's why I kept texting you. I was so excited for you and your guys. I mean, I really was.
Well, somehow or other, we became America's team.
You think it happened?
And it really was true. And everybody was behind us, and it was a great thrill.
Rick, how'd you do it? I mean, that's probably a pretty broad question, but you had some really great coaching moves. You had it pegged kind of how to play them in the zone, the Berea story. I mean, you really just had a lot of elements that you were working with that really got it done for you.
Well, the two traits that this team had more than any team I've ever seen at any level in any sport are resourcefulness and the ability to be opportunistic. And we didn't have the best physical talent. We didn't have the strongest guys, the fastest guys, but we had guys that knew how to play together. They knew how to lock into a game plan, and they were extremely tough and gritty, and just incredible the way things timed out for us and how we were able to take advantage of situations.
Well, you did a great job. Rick Carlisle from Dallas on the Mountain Dew Hotline and celebrating the championship this week. I know it's been busy, and Rick, I appreciate it. I had an email from a friend of yours, Tim Mullen, of course, former teammate, who got into this whole stat thing, and he had a great question because he was asking about how much video and how much stats that you guys really use, points against turnovers, certain lineups, how much you guys tracked, and he just wanted to know that how intricate you got in your preparation against Miami.
Well, it's not just against Miami, but really, I mean, the analytics side of it has taken giant quantum leaps in the last several years. And so we have a full-time analytics guy that sits in on all the coaches' meetings. He is at every practice. He tracks makes and misses and shooting drills and things like that. So we have data that we can show players, and then we can track their progress, as they work on certain things related to shot making and things like that offensively. He tracks everything defensively that's going on in terms of when a guy's a primary defender or a guy rotating on defense, what his points per possession are defensively, what his points per possession are offensively. He keeps track of plus minus for not only individuals but lineups as well, and which combinations are working in this particular series, that particular series, combinations that were successful during the regular seasons, ones that weren't, ones that were successful versus this upcoming opponent, ones that weren't. And so there's tons of information, and being able to sift through and use it wisely is the key thing. And what I have found with all this stuff is that frequently it's not going to give you the answer necessarily, but it'll help you eliminate things that you feel might be possible things to do, and it's the kind of information that can it can lead you. It can lead you in the direction of a confirmation bias. If there's something you feel is happening, you can use information to support it, and oftentimes you can use this information to refute it. And so you got to be careful about your mindset as you're looking at all this stuff. But it is very useful. And it's been very helpful, and it was very helpful to us in the playoffs. As
an example, Rick Carlisle, our guest on the Mountain Dew Hotline from Dallas, as an example, Berea gave you more speed. You figured out something in the fourth quarter, too, in zone against LeBron and how to handle certain, their offense. I mean, it just seems like everything you did worked.
Well, we were put in a lot of these situations just because the matchups were so daunting for us. I mean, we were not able to play man-to-man defense and have Jason Terry guard Dwayne Wade. I mean, it's just it's a matchup that is a physical wipeout. The guy's bigger and taller, and so that's where zone can be a tool. It can be a weapon that you can use. Mm-hmm. And I think the misconception about zone defense is that it's easy to play. All you do is stand in an area and make guys shoot jump shots. It's not. It's more difficult to play than man defense because the offensive guys are shifting around the court so much. You've constantly got to be communicating with your teammates. You've got to be down in a stance and moving, and then when the ball goes in the air on a shot, you've got to scramble and you got to find a body to block out, because that's another area you're vulnerable in the zone is second shot. So, when we played it hard and played it with a lot of enthusiasm, it was a terrific defense for us. And I really believe we were the best zone team in the league because we used it more than anybody, because it helped us play to our strengths on defense, which were length, experience, and basketball IQ. And fortunately, it worked out well in the Miami series.
Yeah, absolutely. In the finals, Rick, where was the turning point in that series? In the finals?
Gosh, probably game 2. We're down 15 with 6.5 minutes to go, and if you go down 0-2 in a series, it's extremely difficult to come back. I mean, the stats are stacked against you at 80-20, something like that, and the fact we were able to come back and win that game was a huge momentum shift. And then then we turn around and go home, we lose game 3, and then it appeared that all the momentum went back to Miami, and we shifted some things around. We got more of an attacking lineup in there to start games. We won game 4, we won game 5, and then had a chance to close it out in game 6, and we're able to get it done. So all this stuff hinges on a very fine line. One play here or there can shift the entire momentum of a series. I don't know that there was one defining play, but the events of the last 6 minutes of Game 2 were key.
Yeah, absolutely. Rick Carlisle, Mountain Dew Hotline from Dallas, fresh off the championship. And so many great stories. Jason Kidd, of course. Dirk Nowitzki, of course, it goes without saying. Cuban and how badly he wanted the championship. And there were just so many side stories to this whole thing. It was really fun to follow. It really was.
Well, the great thing was we have terrific guys. And, their experience, they love and respect the game. They understood the moment and the importance of staying in the moment and the importance of being steadfast about the importance of defense and playing together and moving the ball. And, hey, if we were doing all the things that were part of our process, we knew enough shots were going to go in. And so, we had to have 11 or 12 guys ready because we used just about everybody in the series.
Rick Carlisle, our guest on the Mountain Dew Hotline from Dallas, and it's been a busy, busy week. And so, Rick, for you, personally, I know you're the kind of guy that's, okay, now what's next? How do we get the second one? But I know you got the ring as a player, now getting it as a coach. And I know I feel you've been overlooked and probably underrated by a lot. And I know you could care less, but I know deep down, you had to feel great that you got it for your guys and for Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, it's about those guys. And the job of the coach is to take the talent and facilitate. Try to help guys get better individually, and then tie it all together and be able to get hot and get on a run like we did. But look, I'm not sure it's all sunk in with all of us. We have the parade tomorrow, which will be a phenomenal experience, and the city of Dallas is really juiced up. I mean, this is a city that thinks big, and when you talk about teams that have won championships here, the Cowboy teams of the '70s with Staubach and Drew Pearson and those guys, and then the ones in the '90s with Aikman and Emmitt Smith. The hockey team with Modano and Brett Hall, those guys in the early or late '90s. Those guys are held in a very select pantheon of sports figures. Nolan Ryan, another one. And so I'm just so thrilled that our guys, and many of whom have been here a long time, now have obtained these lifelong bragging rights. And it's so significant for guys like Jason Kidd, Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, Sean Marion, Peja Stojakovic, Tyson Chandler. This is huge for them.
Absolutely. A couple more questions, I'll let you go. You said to the media yesterday that Eric Spoelstra has probably the toughest job in the NBA, and I think a lot of people would agree with you on that.
Yeah, he did a great job. And look, here's a guy that started out in this business as a video guy, however many years ago. It's probably 15 or 20 years ago. Worked his way up. Has always had a great reputation in our business as just a terrific worker, great communicator with players, terrific at helping guys get better. And Pat Riley gave him the opportunity. He took two really mediocre, medium talent type teams to the playoffs in 2 consecutive years, and then last summer they got these 3 guys together and they put a good group around them. But it was a team that even if they had won it, people were going to find things to nitpick about. And so I got a lot of respect for him. I know they'll bounce back next year, and they'll be even tougher next year.
Yeah, and you're going to be able to keep. It sounds like the pretty much core group. You're going to be able to keep a lot of guys.
Oh, we hope so. We've got free agents, but our owner's been pretty good about spending the money and getting guys back.
Lockout concern you?
I'm optimistic. I'm we have the best leadership of any pro sports team with David Stern, and I've got faith in Derek Fisher and Billy Hunter. I think we'll get a deal done somehow.
Rick, congratulations. Have a terrific summer. I know you'll get some time off here and get back at it very soon. But really, to the Mavericks family and to you, just congratulations. I'm glad you got it. You got that big ring as a coach now, or bracelet, I guess.
It'll be a ring. Trust me. It'll be a ring.
Well, good.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mac.
Rick, we'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Okay. Rick Carlisle, Dallas Mavericks on the